Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Emma's vlog, and we're going to try to get caught up on these as after the holidays. So some of these vlogs are slightly behind. We'll get them caught up. Some of them are going to get doubled up in the week. All right, bench press. She got a lifetime PR. Lifetime PR. 150. 150. Now, I would have liked a better pause there. Technique was good and everything, but I would have liked a better pause. So she's got to work on that. But again, this happens a lot. First time I've had that really happen with Emma, but usually with men, the issue is not pausing on their bench and then thinking that, oh man, I can go to a powerlifting meet and that bench is going to count. Right? I've had a guy do that, couldn't get him to pause. Guess what happened? Well, his best gym bench ended up being 10 kg, which is 22 pounds, less than what he had done in the gym. Because I couldn't get him to pause in training. Now, Emma normally pauses, so she's good there. But on that one, it was kind of touch and go. All right, afterwards, her accessory work is very, very simple. As you guys know, we keep it very basic. At least basic for conjugate. My 531 people, it's even more basic. But she did pause bench, she did chin-ups, then we do incline, and then we do one-arm dumbbell rows, right? Good combination. Everything gets worked. Some people would say, well, you could have a little more shoulder focus in there. We could if she was chasing really big capped delts. I could certainly bodybuild those shoulders a little bit. We could certainly do that. But, her shoulders look good. They're big. We have the incline. We have the rowing. So, I'll leave that to her. If she comes to me later and says, hey, I want bigger delts. But in the meantime, most people's delts will grow with what we're doing here. I mean, we have incline bench and we have rows. Okay, that's a lot of delt work, whether people understand that or not. It's just not maximizing them. All right, squats. Lifetime PR. 235. All right, we only recently hit 225 last time we tested this. I wanted to test it sooner because I knew that she had more in the tank. Right, that she was capable of more, and she displayed it. We just saw it. So, 235 back squat, 150 bench. She's at 300 on deadlift. We're going to get the 315 deadlift real quick. All right, after her squat, what are we doing? Romanian deadlifts. Dumbbell split squats, reverse hypers. All right, the entire lower body is being worked here. We have pretty heavy focus on the adductors. All right, the adductors are getting a lot more love, but quads, glutes, hamstrings, low back, everything is being worked. But again, adductors get a lot of love here on her accessories because we need them. We need to bring her thighs up. And I always say adductors sometimes because adductors bring a little more to the table than quads do, but oftentimes you can't separate them. And I really dislike it. That's my problem with something like a leg extension. Why would you want to take the adductor out? The adductor is oftentimes a slightly more of a weak link in your squat than your quads are. Like trying to remove it to train your quads is not a good idea. All right, it's not a good idea. But in this case, if you look at the exercises we're doing, there's a lot of adductor work. But there's certainly plethoras of quad and hamstring and glute in there too. And then, of course, the reverse hyper hits glutes and hits low back. Right, so we're in a good place with all that. Now, this week we ended up with no footage of her speed lower for some reason. I forget the exact reason why she couldn't record, but we did do it. And you guys have seen all of her speed work before. You guys know what it looks like. You know what it looks like. But in this case, we still got, oh man, we got those strobe lights going on that. Reverse hyper, I think that's the fan causing it, right? There's a fan, up there by the light and with a camera sometimes. But high rep reverse hypers for her. But you guys have seen all of that, and we got some really, really good PRs this week. We got a lifetime PR on the bench. Now, keeping in mind, even her touch and go, I remember getting her to a 300 even touch and go the first time. We're up to 150. But yeah, speed bench. For a lot of my people who struggle to figure out how to set up bench bands, look at her band setup, by the way. Look at the band setup that she's using. People who don't have pegs. I've had clients who don't get it, and I've tried to send them her stuff, and they still don't do it anything like that. Look closely at what she did there. All right, that's what we want to do. So we did speed bench, and we did pause bench. Now, all this pause benching, notice we do a lot of bench work right now again. Her bench is climbing. Okay. And it goes to show that sometimes, again, especially something like a bench press, a technical lifts, a little bit of training specificity will help bring that max up, right, by doing rep work with it. Normally, I would say, look, as long as we max and as long as all the muscles involved are growing, we're good. But look how much of her base we built with dumbbells, right? We built a lot of her bench base with dumbbells. But right now, we're going back to more barbell work, working on that transference, a little more specificity, and guess what's happening? She hits a big bench PR. Now, chins are going well for her, right? So we did pause bench, chins, one arm dumbbell rows, incline. Pretty much our normal rotation here. But the chin ups are going well, right? Now that she's just started cutting again, she's down a couple pounds. The chin ups seem to be climbing again. She'll probably come in the comments later when someone asks how many she got. I didn't remember this time as I was filming it, and I'd have to scroll back through Messenger. But they are coming back up, right? Because she was struggling to gain reps while she was bulking near the end. She made good progress and then she struggled, but it makes sense if you gain 2 or 3 pounds, that is progressive overload. So then as soon as you start cutting, what happens? You start picking up a rep or 2 here or there on chin-ups and pull-ups. Perfectly normal. And again, one arm dumbbell row. So one thing people will always notice, all my lifters row. I am a big fan of rowing, and it doesn't matter, barbells, dumbbells. People should note that at this point. All my clients do lots of rows. If we have dumbbells, we will use them some. Otherwise, we use barbells. Sometimes we use specialty bars. I got a guy right now who's doing axle bar pen lay rows. It's his main lat exercise. But we do more rowing. I have some people who do pull-ups and chin-ups, depending upon the lifter, but I care more about the rows. The rows builds more upper back. It gives you better carryover. And then I'll show you guys her 2 PRs again. You can watch. So again, that bench, again, strong, but touch and go. But she'll get it paused next time. We'll work on it. And then her 235 squat again. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.